So this bed weighs 81 pounds.
It's so light.
Okay, so we just got our new bed in. This is the Casper Snow. It's one of the more affordable beds from Casper, and it is memory foam, so we're pretty excited to try it.
Yeah, we've never actually tried a fully memory foam bed before, so I'm curious to see what we think about it. As you saw, Charlie tried it out first. He got the zoomies. Think that's a good thing. I'm actually not sure if he loved it or hated it, but we'll find out as we start testing it. Okay, now I'm gonna give my initial thoughts. So I actually don't know if I really like memory foam or not, so this is gonna be a great test for us. I think I do like it. I always thought I didn't, but I don't think I really gave it a chance. It's super comfy. This is the Casper Snow, so it has a little bit of cooling technology in the cover, and you can feel it when you touch it with your hand. It is a little bit cool. Not overly cool like the Snow Max would be, but hopefully it'll be enough to help us temperature regulate throughout the night. And I guess we'll find out.
I think memory foam is going to be good for us because, as you can see, I'm like sinking in, and both Aly and I toss and turn at night, and this like a dense memory foam feel kind of helps prevent that, and it is cozy. So I think we'll both get used to it and like it. As for firmness, I'd say it's around a medium, which is a huge improvement to what we had in the past. If you haven't seen those videos, we'll link them below in the description for you.
Like Dillon mentioned, this bed is not as responsive as the other ones we've been sleeping on. This one is very slow to respond, which would help with motion isolation. So hopefully we won't be waking each other up throughout the night when we toss and turn.
Okay, so it's been 1 week since we switched over to the Casper Snow Mattress, and so far, I think I like it. I'm sleeping 20 minutes more per night on average than I was on the Avocado Luxury Organic, and if you want to see that full test video, we'll have it linked below in the description for you. Things to note. So, the memory foam. I like it, but I'm not sure. It's only been a week. I think it takes more time to adjust to it, but I like when I first lay down and I'm sinking into it. I like the way that feels. Another thing to note is I'm not heating up at night anymore. And the last thing is I think it's still too firm for me. It doesn't feel too good on my side yet. Like I lay down and I'm like kind of waiting to sink in to see if it'll get softer. And it does get a little softer, but I think it's still, at least for me, too firm for my side. I end up sleeping on my stomach or back more. I also noticed personally that I am waking up and I'm wide awake when I wake up on this bed. I'm not sure if that has to do with memory foam or stress or whatever, but I have noticed that, and Whoop also says that I'm spending more time awake per night than I was on the Avocado Luxury Organic.
Hello, I'm checking in after 1 week of sleeping on the Casper Snow, and I have to say, I've been really enjoying it. I'm liking the dense memory foam feel a lot more than I thought I would. It doesn't feel super actively cooling or cool to the touch, but it does help temperature regulate, so I haven't been overheating as much, and I think that's reflected in my sleep scores. I was just looking here, and on average over the past week, I have slept 20 minutes longer than I did on the Avocado. And something crazy that I noticed is I've been spending 50 minutes more in deep sleep versus light sleep, which is amazing. I think my body really needed that. So I'm not sure exactly what it is about this bed that makes it so that I'm able to hit that deep sleep. Maybe the memory foam, I just feel more cozy and it's contouring and I'm not moving as much. I'm not sure. I will say it does feel a little bit too firm on my side still. I know Dillon's been struggling with that too, so we have a few weeks left to test it, so we'll check back in soon. Okay, so I actually forgot to mention something. I woke up one morning with a notification on my phone that said, "Congrats, you've hit your sleep goal in 3 out of the past 4 nights." I've never seen that notification before, so hitting that 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep per night has been really nice.
Okay, we have been on the Casper Snow for 2 weeks, and I am liking it a lot so far. So my numbers have been about the same. I'm sleeping about the same amount of time throughout the night, but this week I've been in light sleep more than REM sleep, and last week I was in REM sleep more than light sleep, which is better for feeling rested and having your mind feel rested when you wake up in the morning. I'm sure it's my fault. I've been a little more stressed this week. I'm sure that attributes to it. But overall on this bed, I like it a lot so far. I really like the memory foam feel, more than I thought I would. It's by far my favorite feel of a bed that we've tested so far. We've been on like a classic pillow top, like traditional inner spring type feel mattresses like the Sattva. So the memory foam is a nice change. I really like it so far. In fact, when I lay down on it now after 2 weeks, I don't even think about memory foam. I don't think that I'm like, oh, I have to wait to sink in. It's just like natural to me. It feels great. I really like it more than I thought I would. As for the active cooling, you can feel it when there's no sheets on, but when I lay down on it with sheets on, I don't really notice it. I do notice, however, that I'm not heating up at night, which is awesome and kind of the point of an active cooling bed. The last thing is firmness. I notice that it's still too firm for me to sleep on my side. I am mainly a side sleeper. I want to sleep on my side. It's just a little bit too firm. We have it like a medium to medium firm. It's probably closer to the medium side. Like I feel really close to being able to sleep on my side. It's almost comfortable, but I still notice that like my elbow is sinking into my abdomen and my shoulder feels a little weird. I need a little more sink. I need it to be a little softer for it to really be comfortable for a side sleeper. But if you're a combo sleeper, if you're a back sleeper, stomach sleeper, this feels great. I love the firmness of this bed for that type of sleeping. If you're strictly a side sleeper though, I do think you need a softer option like I do.
Hey guys, checking in. It's been just over 2 weeks of sleeping on the Casper Snow, and I was just looking at my sleep data. Not a whole lot has changed from the first week. The only thing is I'm down about 15 minutes on average per night, and my time awake has doubled. So it was about a half hour, and now it's around an hour. I do think some of that is because of Jess, not necessarily because of the mattress itself. I've still been really enjoying this bed. I feel like I can get comfortable in pretty much any position. The only thing is it's still a little bit too firm for my side. I don't think that's going to change necessarily. And I have noticed that when I'm on my stomach, I can't really sleep with a pillow. I think our pillows are just a little too thick. My body does kind of sink down a little bit into the foam, so then my neck is kind of cranked up when I'm on my stomach. So I usually just don't sleep with a pillow, which is fine. As far as temperature regulation, I've been feeling pretty cool. There's only been a few nights where I was borderline a little bit too hot, but nothing like we were feeling on Sattva or Avocado with their organic cotton covers. It's been way better than that. So I'm excited to see with the next couple weeks here how we feel. Hopefully our sleep scores continue to improve. And the first step would be kicking Jess out of the room at night. And I don't know that we're going to do that. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Well guys, it's officially been 30 nights of sleeping on the Casper Snow Mattress, so now we're going to talk about our scoring on our customized ranking system and talk about our sleep quality. We gave firmness and feel a score out of 20 points each because those are the characteristics that we value the most. The rest of them are out of 10 for a total possible score out of 100.
Of course, we recognize that so much actually goes into getting a good night's sleep. And if, say, our pets jumped on our heads, or a fire alarm went off, or one of us was sick, we didn't include those sleep scores into our final results just because we didn't want to skew the numbers.
So as we mentioned earlier, we tracked all our sleep using our Whoop bands. So Dillon and I have the same exact metrics, the same health data, sleep data, and everything, so that we can compare and contrast with the previous bed that we slept on, which was the Avocado Luxury Organic. So now let's just jump right into the scoring. And the first thing we're going to talk about is something you heard us talk about all throughout the trial, and that's firmness. So here at CNET, we rank firmness on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the softest, 10 being the firmest.
So Casper has the Casper Snow at a medium, or a 5 out of 10. I think it's a little bit firmer than that. I think it's a medium to medium firm, but that is the softest bed we've tried so far, so I've really liked it. I would give it a 15 out of 20 for my personal score. It felt much closer to something that I can sleep on every night. Like I could spend some time on my side. I really liked how it felt on my stomach and my back. Personally, since I'm more of a side sleeper, I think I would like something still softer. So hopefully in the next video you see, we'll be on an even softer bed, maybe one of those new nectars. And I think I could really get by sleeping on my side all night.
Ultimately, I gave firmness a 12 out of 20, and that's because as a combination sleeper, I'm in a really tricky spot. So because it's around a medium, it eventually felt too firm when I was on my side, yet not firm enough when I was on my stomach. So I'm kind of in that middle ground where it's hard for any mattress to really nail down because those are two very different firmness profiles that you need. So I'm thinking I either need something softer so I can sleep on my side like Dillon, or firmer so I can sleep on my stomach.
We did firmer. Let's try softer.
Another note about the firmness, if you are a strict stomach sleeper, I noticed that my body did kind of sink in, like it was a little bit too firm when I was on my stomach. So my head would be propped up more when I had the pillow, and it was kinking my neck. So when I was on my stomach, I actually wouldn't even use a pillow at all so that it was more flat. So just another thing to note if you are a stomach sleeper.
And next that we're rating is going to be feel. So feel is also out of 20. And this has a dense memory foam feel. And personally, like if I were just to go to a mattress store, do those still exist?
Just dab on the mattress stores.
Yeah, so like I said, if I was to go to a mattress store and actually feel the beds, I think if I felt a dense memory foam bed, I wouldn't like it. I didn't think I would like that feel, but I got used to it in probably 3 nights, and now I really like it. I always thought I liked latex more or like a pillow top more. We had both of those beds in earlier videos. The memory foam feels way better. I really like it. I find that I'm not turning so much in the middle of the night. I can stay in a position longer, and I feel like I get deeper and better sleep, and I think my stats prove that. But for me, I would have a hard time going back to a different feel, so I'm going to give this one an 18 out of 20.
So just like Dillon, I always thought I didn't like memory foam either, and I was actually super surprised by how much I do like it. I don't really want to go back to like that traditional inner spring responsive feel. I want to stick with memory foam, which I am shocked by. I did not expect that. I also gave it an 18 out of 20. I felt like I could still switch positions. It was a little bit harder, obviously, than a more responsive bed. But I agree that I think being a little bit more stuck may have helped me not move around as much.
All right, so now we're on to the 10-point category. So we're just going to start off with motion isolation because it relates to the dense memory foam that is the feel of the Casper Snow. Motion isolation rocks with memory foam. I mean, we're both light sleepers, and this thing doesn't move at all. You could put a cup on there, walk around. It's like a Tempur-Pedic. It's like those old infomercials you used to see when you wake up in the middle of the night after watching ESPN for 14 hours. You didn't have that?
I didn't have
It
that.
usually does the fishing competitions, then poker, and then it would have the infomercials.
Okay, no.
Anyways, it's a 9 out of 10 for sure.
I also gave motion isolation a 9 out of 10. I didn't really feel Dillon moving around at all. And when Jess, our cat, would jump on and off, which she does all night long pretty much on my head, I didn't really notice it as much as the last bed. The next category is edge support, which is another really important feature for me. I tend to sleep right on the edge, whether Dillon's cuddling me or Jess is running around on the bed. I definitely felt a few nights like I was going to slide off, and I did not notice that on the last beds that we tested. Those did have reinforced edge support, and while this does have a layer of foam around the edges, it definitely doesn't feel as strong. So I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. I also would say I spend some time on the edge, and I'm heavier, so I think it would affect me more, but I didn't really notice it to be bad or good. It's nothing exceptional, but it definitely doesn't like just let you fall off, so I think it's a 7 out of 10. So Aly and I are light sleepers, and we are also hot sleepers. So we were actually looking forward to the Casper Snow because snow sounds like it's going to be cold, and I think it was okay. I wouldn't say it's like actively cooling. Like it's not going to actively cool you off in the summer, but it definitely doesn't retain your body heat and make you heat up over the night. Like I didn't wake up hot once, but I definitely didn't get into bed and be like, ooh, cold, which I want. So I will give it a 7 out of 10. There are a few better options for active cooling out there, like a Brooklyn Bedding Aurora. We used to sleep on a Ghost Fed Luxe that was active cooling, and those were definitely colder to the touch than the Casper Snow.
Yeah, and I would say the Casper Snow Max also has a lot more of the active cooling than the Snow.
Yeah, I agree.
I gave temperature regulation an 8 out of 10. I thought I did a pretty good job, honestly. It wasn't actively cool like Dillon said, but it definitely helped keep me more temperature neutral, which is a lot better than the last few beds. They had the organic cotton and wool and kind of retained the body heat. I did not feel that with this bed, so 8 out of 10. So this leads us into the design and construction of the Casper Snow. As we mentioned, it is a cooling hybrid mattress. And Casper includes materials like phase change material and heat delete bands that are meant to draw your body heat away from you and keep you cooler throughout the night. And like we mentioned, we think it did a pretty good job of it, but not as much active cooling as like the Casper Snow Max.
The Casper Snow does have a zone support design, and what that means is that it's firmer in the center of the bed, where your torso and your gut are, and that's a little heavier usually. In my case, certainly. On the feet of the bed and the head of the bed, it's a little softer and pressure relieving so that your spine stays more straight and neutral, and it's supposed to help with back pain and pressure relief and all that good stuff. Personally, I don't notice it. I can't really feel it. But I will note that I've never felt it, and there's definitely been some beds with heavy zone support. In fact, Casper offers beds with more zone support, like 5 zones instead of the 3 zones that this one offers. But we can test this with Mattress Masher, and I think we plan to. So again, check the link in the description. There should be an article about zone support design, or maybe the Mattress Masher testing zone support design.
The Casper Snow that we have is a queen, and one thing I noticed right away when we put it on the bed frame is that it seemed kind of small. And that's in comparison to our last mattress, which had 17 layers in the Avocado Luxury Organic.
Some queens are shorter though, Al. You have to keep that in mind.
So I actually did get out the measuring tape to measure how tall it was.
You can't be doing that, dude.
Well, Casper says it's 12 inches. It's actually like 11 to 11 and a half, which isn't a big deal, but it does like feel short, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Also, when Jess steals my pillow and I'm forced down, I noticed my feet were touching the edge of the bottom of the bed, which has never happened before. So I just feel like it's like kind of small.
But with all that being said, we both gave it a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also it kind of reminds me of an ice cream sandwich, like the little holes on the top of it, which I really like. And then I like the pop of blue too. And I know that the color doesn't really matter, but if you're looking for a cute product, I mean, Casper Snow is pretty cute.
Next up is what we call our brand policy section. This basically includes warranties, shipping, trial periods. It also includes pricing and certificates and sustainability factors. We recognize that it's important to buy from a company that you like and respect and your values align with. So that's why we have this category.
So first, let's talk pricing. The Casper Snow for a queen size retails for $2,500, which is on the pricier end. It's worth noting that Casper frequently runs discounts that can take as much as 30% off. So if you're looking at this bed, make sure you check the description down below. We might have a code for you.
As for policies such as shipping, they offer free shipping, free returns, a 100-night trial period, and a 10-year warranty. They kind of revolutionized this. They were like the first ones to do bed in a box. So this is like the standard policies, and it has been for a long time. But since other companies are competing, they offer a full year trial period. They offer a lifetime warranty, and Casper still doesn't do that. But because they don't charge a fee for returning a bed, it's still solid. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
I also gave Casper a 6 out of 10 for brand policies. And one of the reasons that it wasn't higher is because to me, it's really important to buy from a brand that prioritizes environmental sustainability. Like Avocado, they have a ton of green certifications. Casper doesn't have quite as many. It doesn't seem to be one of their focuses quite as much as some of the other brands that I like. They do have CertiPure US certified foams in their bed, which is awesome. And that's kind of the industry standard now too. But I do appreciate that they have that. So 6 out of 10 for me.
Last but not least, sleep quality. How did we actually sleep on this bed, and how did it compare to the last bed we slept on?
And like Dillon mentioned earlier, we tried to keep everything as consistent as possible, like our bedtime routines, what we eat, when we drink coffee, our workout routines, everything the same so that we can really kind of narrow it down to the actual mattress.
So I slept a lot better on the Casper Snow than I did on our previous mattress, the Avocado Luxury Organic. I went from 5.82 hours of sleep on average to 6.32 hours of sleep on the Casper Snow, which is about 30 minutes more of total sleep per night. So I love that. I've never had an average over 6 hours, so that's really good for me, sadly. I did spend about 10 more minutes awake each night on Casper Snow than Avocado, which is interesting. So I gave my sleep quality a 7 out of 10. That's because it's better than before. I would still like to see it improve. Obviously, maybe I wouldn't have these bags under my eyes, but for now, 7 out of 10.
At the beginning of the trial, I was sleeping better than I had been on the Avocado Luxury Organic, and then the last couple weeks, my sleep quality went down. I think because I was having trouble getting comfortable in either position, my stomach or my side. But weirdly enough, somehow, my total sleep averages are the exact same on Avocado Luxury Organic and Casper Snow at 7 hours and 12 minutes. So that's weird. Something cool, I did spend a lot more time in deep sleep, actually like 40 minutes more per night in deep sleep on Casper Snow than on the Avocado when I spent more time in light sleep. My time awake also increased like Dillon's, but mine was about 20 minutes more per night for an average of 52 minutes. Overall, I gave my sleep quality a score of 7 out of 10.
Okay, so adding up my total scores, I gave it a 76 out of 100 or 7.6 out of 10. And that's considerably better than I gave the Avocado Luxury Organic, which was like a 5.5 or 5.6 or something like that. I don't remember, but I'm getting closer to finding a bed for me, despite what Aly wants.
And for me, my total score came out to be 73 out of 100 or 7.3 out of 10, which overall, those are pretty good scores for a mattress that isn't going to work for us as a unit.
As far as what our sleep goals are, I would like to get 8 hours of sleep, and Aly's probably more like 8.5 or 9 hours of sleep per night. And then we'd like to spend less time awake, so maybe like 30 minutes awake per night. My life would be changed if we did that.
Both of ours.
But mine mainly. So who should consider getting the Casper Snow? Well, I think anyone that's looking for a hybrid bed, one with zone support design, if you have a little back pain, if you like dense memory foam or you're not sure if you like memory foam, you could always give this a shot and then return it if you don't like it. We loved it. And then as far as like sleeper type, I think back sleepers, I think combo sleepers who spend more of the time on their back, even your side, I got by on my side most of the nights. So if that's you, I think you're a good candidate to look at the Casper Snow.
And I would say people who maybe shouldn't get the Casper Snow, one, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly option at $2,500, not really in the budget range. And another factor is if you don't like dense memory foam. Although if you don't know, you might be pleasantly surprised like we were. So you might want to give it a shot.
Also, if like budget's not a concern for you, you should look in the Snow Max. I think that would have been way better for us. I think it's a little bit softer. It's colder. It's got more zone support design. If you have more back pain, I think we would have loved the Snow Max, but
yeah, the only thing is it is significantly pricier. I think it's $3,800 for queen size retail, so something to keep in mind. And if budget does matter to you like it does to us and you're looking for something cheaper, maybe check out the One. It comes in at $1,000 for a queen size. It does have more of like a firm foam feel instead of that dense memory foam.
And it is firmer. We have it more around a medium firm, so better for back and stomach sleepers. So that wraps up our 30 nights on the Casper Snow. What a thrilling ride we had all together. If you're looking for more information about the Casper Snow, down below in the description for you. She wrote a full article. We have full-length written reviews of other beds from Casper and other beds from other companies. We got coupons, discounts. There might be nothing in the description, but it's for you to go look and find out what's there and then click the links, and it helps us out a lot.
And if you found this video helpful in any way, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and feel free to comment below too if there's a bed you want to see us try next. If you've tried Casper's new line of beds and what you think, we'd love to hear it. But thanks for joining us, as Dillon said, along this very thrilling ride. We appreciate it.